And good morning. Johnny here from Chronic Health. Pretty early in the morning. I want to show you something really cool. You guys want it. Somewhere there, sunrise. But if you look closely, and I took a picture with it, that's still part of the moon going around the planet. How you guys doing there? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So today, let me just make sure I look good, presentable. Yesterday I was listening to Tucker Carlson and Brian Johnson, right? I think Tucker Carlson is my age, and Brian Johnson, he was saying he's 46 years old, right? And I love everything he was saying. I love what he's doing, and I am so happy that there are people waking up, trying to figure it out. No, they already figured it out, that the only wealth that we have is our health. That without our health, mental, body, we can't really do much, right? And that's the first thing you gotta do to pursue anything. It's not the pursuit of happiness, but is, can you guys hear all the birds, right? I'm awake since 3:52 today, and I want to sleep at 10, so I got a good night's sleep. And what I mean is I went to sleep, I crashed, right? And I was able to sleep from 10 to, so I was able to sleep less than 6 hours. So 5 hours and 52 minutes. So fully rested today, pumped up, ready to go, right? And a lot of people ask me about why are you waking up so early in the morning? I am not trying to wake up early in the morning, right? I'm trying to do is everything is as natural as possible, right? And what I'm trying to do here with Chronic Health is prevented health. So before I get sick, right? And that's what I was listening yesterday to this guy, Brian Johnson, and all his protocol, the stuff that he's taking, doing this and that. He's actually curing himself from a decade of depression. I cannot imagine being depressed for a decade, trying to make money, right? And he's a gazillionaire now. I think he's working close to half $500 million. But he is transformed his life into a health nut, right? Trying to just be happy, mentally, body, right? And the protocol he's taking and all the stuff that he's taking, he's a guinea pig himself for his products and his protocols. But he is trying to cure himself from the destruction, self-destruction that he was going through for such a long period of time, right? What I'm trying to do here, myself, is I realized at 48, I started losing my hair, I started to see some gray hair, I started to see my wrinkles, right? And the inevitable, which is aging, getting old. That's where when I started to look for alternative to just simply being in shape. What else can I do? Just to have a six-pack, you know? Instead of getting big, getting smaller, right? And that's when I started meeting some people that were raw plant-based, mostly fruits. A lot of fruits, not a lot, just quite few, a handful of fruitarians out there, right? They've been doing it for a long time, plant-based for 20 years, and they just look much better than anybody else. So that was my challenge, and I went plant-based. You know, in my case, I went on my own. I did not get any help, and I felt miserably for 14 months. For a year, I felt. I couldn't do 30 days without any animal products, any animal DNA, and that's how I like to put it, animal DNA. We're trying to make a human being out of animal DNA. It's like breathing through your mouth. It's possible, you can do it, right? But it's not optimal. It's not optimal. And to the cellular level, right? The only thing that we're trying to do is try to create what's called ATP. What is a molecule, right? Which is the only source of energy, right? To the cellular, to every cell. That's the only thing that what we consume right? As a nourishment, the food, what we call food, right? All we're trying to do to the cellular level is to create the molecule called ATP. And what I encounter, what I experience, right? And listen, there's nobody wrong here, right? There's just different dimensions, different levels, right? And you got to try this out on your own. But you got to feel things out. You can listen to everybody, but you cannot be brainwashed, right? And taking everything as a fact. You take the input, right? Then you go on the lab. This is the lab right here, right? And you got to start feeling things instead of reading things too much and being influenced for things that you read. Oh, no, this is the right way to go. This makes sense to me. That it's not about what makes sense to you or to me. How you feel. How you feel it. Like when you're going to get sick, right? You feel you're going to get sick or you feel sick. When people have a headache, and you're looking at a guy who never had a headache. I don't know what a headache is in my entire life. Because I've never been conditioned, right, to have a headache, right? And this is something I can relate to because when my kids were 4 or 5 years old, they started telling me all the time that I have a headache. Like all the time they would just tell me I have a headache. I said, what? How does the 4 or 5 year old have a headache? It's because the mother had headaches. And the mother would always say, I have a headache, right? So I tell you, you cannot have a headache. You don't have, where did you get that from? They got it from the mom. We're being brainwashed right and left. It's something that I always say, guys, you and I, nobody out there, right? Whether it's religion, food, team, country, we don't have a single thought in our heads that is ours. Everything is being planted. We're being brainwashed right and left. You gotta eat carnivore diet. You gotta eat. So don't believe anything I'm saying. Do not. Just take the input, right, and go experience yourself. That's how you become a seeker. You just don't believe anything. Every time you say I know, right, you are closing the door. That's not how science works, right? I already know. That's it. This is the God, this religion. No, that's not how it goes. Because people ask me all the time, do you believe in God? And I say, I don't. What do you, so you don't believe in God? And I said, no, I didn't say that. I say, I don't believe in God. At the same time, I say, I don't believe in God. I also say, I do not believe in God. I say, I don't know. Hear me out. When you say I know or I don't know, you are in the same boat. I know, right? You close the door. I don't know, right? It's better to look when you say I know, right? Whether I believe or I don't believe, you already say I know. I don't believe. I don't believe is saying I already know that. I say I don't know. When you say you don't know, when I say I don't know, I'm leaving all the possibilities. All the doors are open. They remain open. And why? Because that's the only way to become a seeker. Science, right, is about questioning everything. And the questioning never stops. And the moment you say, I know, you're closing a door. That's not science. And when you're not allowed questioning your science, right, it becomes a cult. It becomes dogma. It becomes... And look, throughout history, right, which we know by now, you should know that everything on the books is BS. Most of it is written by those people who, their perception. Like I always say, if you read a book, you just get you get a brainwash with the ideas of the author, right? Throughout history, we know, like, let's pick up one guy, like, I don't know, Copernicus, right? Everybody knew he was crazy. He was going to get burned by the church because he was saying things that they were not aligned with dogma, right? So let's get back to health here, right? I went plant-based. That was a challenge, just a challenge. David Huggins, challenge style. Hard, impossible. Everybody's telling you can't go. You're gonna die if you go plant-based. You're gonna get weak. You're gonna lose a lot of weight. You're gonna have headaches. And that sounded to me like somebody told me, yeah, you're gonna go through that because that's detoxing. Like from any drugs, you're going to have to go through the process of detox, right? And when you feel that way, at your weakest point, and you lost so much weight, and you have headaches, and you can't take it anymore, most people go back to the drug. I pushed through, and I went from an average 185, 187 pounds, right? Sometimes I was 190 pounds, right? Try to get bigger all the time, right? Went to I think it was 143, 144 pounds. I lost 40 something pounds, a lot of weight, and I was super skinny. And I pushed through it, right? And I started juicing, fruit, vegetable juicing. I would juice everything, right? And all of a sudden, my body stopped losing weight. I started feeling much better. I was on the other side. My eyes, I didn't have those pouches under my eyes, right? My skin started to change. My hair started to regrow. My gray hair disappeared. I mean, I don't know if you guys see it right now, right? I do have gray hair right now. Maybe it's not visible right now, but I do have a couple of here and there gray hair. I'm 53, right? But I regrew my hair. This is insane. My skin, I do have the signs of aging on my wrinkles, right? But the texture of my skin, right, all over my body is just different just because I consume raw plant-based. So my story goes, I am 6 years plant-based, and I am approaching 17 months raw. Mostly fruits. I want to eat watery stuff. So this week, I've been on a bench of pineapple. I've been eating pineapple all day long, right? And I supplement myself, right? And I use this company. I always leave the link here, guys. I use this company because the hardest part of being healthy, right? And we know there's only 4 things, right? People forget about number 1 all the time because you just want to be in shape, you want to look amazing. But breath work is above everything else. Paying attention 24/7 as much as possible, which I'm telling you right now, how you're breathing. We want to bring our heart rate down, right? Because oxygen, right, which is what keeps us alive, breathing, is the same component that's killing us. You get oxidated, right? Which is, for me, it's just cancer. Cancer is just oxidation of one cell, and if you get one cell oxidated, right, it starts oxidating the other ones. I gave the example the other day of the apple that you cut it in half, it starts getting oxidated, it gets rotten, and you leave that apple with the rest of the apples. All of the apples are going to get rotten, right? That expands, right? It's contagious. So we have to understand that breath work is above everything. Being conscious, start with that. From there you can start moving. You can start playing with your breath. And you don't use your nose. Let's get this straight. You don't use your mouth to breathe. You gotta know that it's an alternative. It's available to you. But it has to be through the nose when you don't actually use your nose to inhale. I am using my throat, and I want everybody out there, just try it. This is a yoga exercise. They teach you yoga. So first thing to breathe, close your mouth. You don't use your mouth, but don't do, right? Those nose strips, right? That's nonsense. Use the back of your throat when you close your mouth, and you see you're not gonna have any problems in inhaling as much air as you want. The nose is just a filter. And that is what we need to do here, what we need to learn is breath work. From there, you can start tapping, longer inhales, longer exhales. You can pulse, right? But the first thing you got to do is just be aware of your breathing. The other 3 things are just make sense, which is you got to be rested, right? People say sleep, but I say restfulness, right? You have to be doing exercises like And I always give the example, right? Let's say there's 5 of us here, right? And a tiger appears, right? Whoever climbs that tree fastest, right, is gonna survive. That's why the exercise it's functional exercises. So we're gonna I try to target every single fiber in every muscle, in every possible way. A stretch, pull, right? Push, jump, swim, right? And I rotate. And you gotta like this, right? And the other one, which is the hardest part, is the nutrition. The nutrition part is the most complicated. It's not difficult, it's complicated. Why? Because the food supply, right? The biggest companies out there, right? They have made up their mind. They're not gonna help us. They don't want to help us, right? Survive. They make more money making cheap crap, garbage, right? And selling it for a larger profit. So that's the most difficult part of being healthy, is how do you source your source of nutrition? How do you source your nourishment, right? You go to the supermarket, and that's the problem that most people have with the consume animal products, is because they get a little more nutrition than they get with the fruit and vegetable, all the products that you buy in the supermarket. The majority of the products, if the apples, the watermelon, none of them is organic, is pumped out of the ground, which is depleted from microorganisms, which enhance micronutrients. The ground is the soil is depleted from micronutrients, guys, right? And full of fertilizers to what? Just to grow big fruit, no nutritious fruit. So you don't get the nutrition that you need. You can't get organic. You go to the supermarket, and I always make this comment where you go to your local supermarket, you ask, do you have anything that is truly organic? And the person who is looking at you and laughing at you and saying, well, we don't have any of that crap, is a guy who is, respectfully, I'm not trying to make fun of anybody, as a fat guy, right, wearing glasses, has got no hair, and you can tell that he's or her, because nowadays it could be both or anything in between, right? Super unhealthy, and they laugh at you because you're asking for organic stuff. So I always leave a link at the bottom of my videos where I use Purium products, right? Which are what? All vegan. I love Liquid Sunshine, which is pretty much superfoods, right? And what I'm trying to say here, what is superfoods, right? Spirulina, moringa, wheatgrass, right? That a lot of people say, whoa, that thing has no content of, look, what I'm eating is the sun. That's what we call it, liquid sunshine, right? It's fruit, it's service of fruits and vegetables, right? Pure, sprouted, dried on the spot, right? What I'm trying to get is the nutrition that I cannot get in the supermarket, complemented, right, with superfoods, right? Hemoglobin, this is what I want. The greens, right, are so important. Anything that is green, right, it's so important for the body, right? Just the color, but that's the problem. You go to the supermarket and everything's colorful, but they're empty calories. They don't have the nutrients, the vitamins, the minerals that you need. So what I'm trying to, that's why I always leave a link. This is what I do in the morning. I get my fruit salad, right? Or I make a smoothie or juice, right? And I consume a couple of scoops of this thing with water, with juice, with smoothie, or whatever. I do a meal between 2 and 4, right? And then I go back to my shake, my fruits, right? And that, what I'm trying to do is this. What I'm trying to generate, that ATP molecule, right? Which is the fuel to every cell in the body, right? Not only I want to get nourishment, but I want to get the nourishment with the least amount of waste. The waste is what's killing us, right? So for example, you eat a cheeseburger, right? And the cheeseburger, right, might give you some nutrients, right? The bread, everything. But the amount of waste that you produce out of that, the quality of the waste, the sticks in the body, the oils, the crap literally that you produce in the body. I know people that go to the bathroom and they stay in the bathroom 1 hour. They have so much crap, they can't get it out. It's so sticky, sluggish, sludge. That's what you have inside your body. Everything is sticky. And that's what I'm trying to avoid, right? What I'm trying to avoid is generate that molecule, ATP, the fuel for the cell, right? With the least amount of waste. And that's something I like to say. The abs are not made in the kitchen, guys. Your abs, this is what, at that time when I wanted to be in shape and look amazing, your abs are made far away from the kitchen. Fasting, no eating this and that, no eating, right? And the other thing I want to tell you guys is your health, right? Is staying far away from the toilet paper, the wipes, right? And even better, some people even now created a bidet, right? Which is great. I'm not saying no, the bidet is great, guys. But what is the bidet for? The bidet is to clean the crap out your system down there. So why are we go? You go to the bathroom to do especially when you go do number 2, right? To secrete, right? To evacuate what your body doesn't need. Why are we consuming things that we don't need? Get that in your head. And that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to stay away from the bathroom. I don't want to do number 2. I know that you go to the doctor, so you look at your number 2, see if you do this, you do that. Try not to generate number 2. But at the same time, you need to know, you need to get the nutrients necessary, right? So what I'm trying to do is consume just what my body needs. I want to be empty stomach, my body absorbing all the nutrients, right? And be empty stomach. But I'm fully energized, right? And that's how I stabilize my body weight to 165. And now I gain weight because I started eating more. I was eating sprouts. I was sprouting some lentils, right? And I could gain weight. I can easily gain weight if I want. I just got to consume more stuff, the stuff that I eat. More nuts, more seeds, more sprouts, more fruits, more calories. But I feel great where I am. How's your breathing? You using the back of your throat? You close your mouth. Don't use the nose. Just the back of your throat. And at the same time, you open up your chest, right? And that's how you're gonna get that position, right? When you're gonna like a balloon. You're gonna fill up, right? And you're gonna be straight up. And that's all I'm trying to do here. This is preventive medicine. I don't want to look. This guy, Brian Johnson, yesterday with Tucker Carlson, great guy. I love him. What he's doing, but he's trying to cure himself. I don't want to get to that level. If I can prevent to get to that, this injection, that injection, this protocol, this, all these pills that they're taking, there's not enough research, the long term, on the effects of this thing. So if I can do it naturally, as long as I look amazing, feel amazing, right? And I'm healthy when I go to the doctor. My doctor is asking me, what are you doing? I just told you, I said, oh, I cannot do this. That's what Tucker Carlson was saying yesterday. Oh, I can't do that. He's going to keep eating pizza. Hey, because he's being brainwashed. I just can't believe, this is something, look, respectfully, right? People say that Elon Musk is a genius. Nobody's a genius because most people are dumbasses. Elon Musk is no genius. It's just a regular guy. It's just that most people are dumbasses looking at this guy and they think that he's a genius, right? Look at him. He should look amazing. This guy should look amazing. He's overweight. You can tell it. You can tell, right? He's got all the money in the world. He can get access to absolutely anything, right? But they choose to eat donuts. But because they're brainwashed to be addicted to this stuff. The best way to make money, right? That's why we have drug dealing around, is get you addicted to something that you cannot stop, right? And that's a customer forever. That's all I'm trying to say here. So check out the link. I always leave the stuff, right? I get all my products. Everything is vegan. Is this the way to go, guys? This is another dimension. This is another level. It's above. And you cannot make the best human being, the most successful, the most efficient, the most capable human being out of an animal DNA. You can survive. You can think that you feel great. You can think that you are, but you're gonna age way faster. Joe Rogan is aging way too fast. Jordan Peterson is another guy who eats meat way too fast. Tim Ferry, bald-headed. Come on, guys. Look at these guys, right? And you have a bunch of doctors out there, and it's a bunch of trainers out there to tell you, I'm gonna get you ripped. How do they look? Right? 50s, 60s, you're supposed to look amazing. I know people in their 70s, close to 80, looking amazing. Climbing trees. People doing yoga poses like insane. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. You don't want to get your muscles bigger. You don't. I don't want to get bigger any longer. The smaller, the better. Why? Because that means that my organs are tight. The bigger your organs, right? The bigger you gotta put, the more blood you gotta pump, right? The bigger your heart is going to be. I want everything Bruce Lee, Shaolin monk kind of thing, which none of these people eat any animal products, right? They look amazing. The things that they can do, I wish. Preventive medicine, guys. And before I go, there it is. I know you guys want it. The sunrise. Welcome to Miami, guys. And wherever you are, even if you're in the snow, just open your eyes. And I come out early in the morning, right? Another thing is I am adjusting my circadian rhythm. Why you wake up early in the morning? I'm not trying to wake up early in the morning, guys. I am adjusting. I sleep so good. I know what time I got to go to sleep, right? I know, my body knows, my body tells me at what time I got to get up. Red light therapy is another thing they're trying to sell you. Not saying it's bad, but it's not natural. So this is what I'm trying to do here. Natural is the best. If you don't have it, if you don't have it, it's not accessible to you. Like for example, my fruits and vegetables are not the best. Then I get the stuff. Check out the link. Then I get the stuff from a reputable company that produces quality, pure products, truly organic, right? Liquid sunshine, right? We're consuming things are natural, right? Another exercise, you notice what I do. You guys don't know me, but I don't wear glasses. I'm coming out here to get the whole spectrum of every single ray from the sun. I don't need red light therapy. Right there, right now, look at my face. I'm getting all the sun. I'm always getting sun, right? And another thing is that I don't wear glasses. I'm exercising, right? I do sun gazing, which is looking at the sun and blinking. And understand, right? The science is always question everything. Question everything, right? And you gotta feel it, guys. You gotta feel where the moon is. I show you where the moon was. The moon is always there. It's pulling you waters. The sun is giving you energy. And we are trying to read books and trying to get into all these podcasts and all these experts out there. None of these guys are experts, guys. Respectfully, I love them all, from Huberman to Peter Attia to David Sinclair. David Sinclair is my age, right? I can kick his ass. It's not about kicking ass, but look, I don't know what he's taking. I don't know what he's doing. The guy does not look like me, and I doubt that he can do the things that I do. There's so many people out there. There's another guy that I love, is Zach Bush, right? Plant-based. Let's see. I like this guy, Shane Sterling. This guy, Shane Sterling, look him up, right? He is also vegetarian, raw plant-based, and this is one of the guys that inspired me to go raw. The guy is just a couple of years younger than me. I think he's 50, 51. I'm 53. He's 2 years younger than me. Look at this guy's face, right? And this guy is a guy who's a 6'2", right? And is probably 180, 190 pounds, right? And looking amazing, right? There's people out there, look them up, Futarians, Roll Plant Base, right? Now, above that level, and this is madness, craziness, right? There's another guy that I follow because I've been looking into this for maybe 5-6 years, right? There's only quite few people, right, that are breatharians. They don't eat anything. That's another level. When I perfect this level where I am, right, I'm definitely gonna go try it, but I'm on that way, which is try to eat less, try to consume less amount of crap, right, and become breatharian is somebody who doesn't eat. Look at this guy online, Devon Graham, the Black Airbender, nice guy. There's quite a few online, and this is that's what I'm saying, that we are functioning, right, as human beings on memory and imagination, because we don't have a single thought in our head that is ours, right? Nothing, right? So everything is memory. So there is something new that comes out, right? And it's not in your memory bank. You just don't take it. Your body does not admit it. Does not want it. They don't. You know, if I can tell you I can fly, you say no, because it's not in your memory, right? And then imagination. But there's things that this human being can do. If I can tell you, if I can show you the things, I'm never gonna do that because it's madness, it's craziness, right? But there's things that I can do, and many people I know that this can do, right? Many people can do this. Many Jesus-like things that you can do, right? That you would just not believe it. You just not believe it. But I would like people to get to my level so you can experience what I am experiencing right now. The things that you can do that are like, it's not being superhuman. It's realizing that being human is just super. We have capabilities, possibilities, right, beyond what's in your memory, beyond what you can imagine. Some things are just really crazy, and that's not for me to talk about. And I know, for example, Bruce Lee have some of these capabilities, right? And I don't know if he was killed or he died or blah blah blah. But usually these people who want to show off, right, they ain't that bad, because we are not using all these capabilities, right, for good. We're just trying to make money or show off. This is for me. I'm never going to tell anybody the things that I do. Some people have realized, my God, can you do that? And I'm like, everybody can do the things that I do. I'm just a regular guy. Like I'm saying, nobody is super just because most are dumbasses. We got to wake up, people, right? And with that, I'm going to let you go because I've already been for 30 minutes ranting here. Chronic health, right? Preventive health. So you don't have to go to the doctor, so you don't have to take the protocol until you have to. And if you never have to, that would be great, right? Breathwork. How are you breathing? Shut your mouth, use your throat to breathe. We're doing functional exercises, right? Nutrition. If you cannot get there, go raw plant-based is my suggestion. Link in the description, right? And sleep the amount of hours that you need to be fully rested, whether it's 8. And the idea is always to sleep less, guys. How's somebody going to tell me I enjoy sleeping? Nobody enjoys sleeping. You cannot enjoy sleep. So what do you mean? I enjoy sleeping. If you're enjoying sleeping, you're not sleeping. When you go to sleep, you just crash, right? There's no enjoying sleeping, guys. When you go to sleep, you're going into repair, right? And that's all you're trying to do. All right, guys, with that, I'm going to let you go. Jenny here from Chronic Health. Every day, we're going to be smashing this thing because we got to get healthy. And with that is when you start pursuing life. When you have your health, then you can pursue anything. You can start being happy. And when you're happy, when you make best decisions, and when you make the best decisions, life is just going to get better, right? Look at this place. Look where I am, right? And wherever you are in any part of the world, guys, just open, look at the beauty of where you are right now around. Don't forget about the buildings, but the trees and the birds, and then you can start building things up. From there, you can start having a building like this, right? But this comes, it's not money first, guys. Money is just, it's look, the problem is this is from Charlie Munger before I let you go. The problem is not greed. He was saying that. The problem is envy. We always look at what the other one have. It's not greed, but it's envy. Don't get into envy, guys. Individually, right? Just look up for yourself and don't try to help anybody, because I'm not trying to help anybody. I'm trying to help myself, right? And if people pay attention to what I'm doing, ask questions, right? I'm not trying to help you. I'm not trying to cure you. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to help myself the best that I can. And if I can just guide somebody who's 2 steps behind, right? Raw plant-based, mostly fruits is the way to go, right? And enjoy life. That's all I got for you guys today. Happy Saturday, guys. April the 6th. April the 6th, guys. And think about this. In the calendar, this has nothing to do, it's not synchronized with nature. This is a Roman calendar. It's got absolutely nothing to do. It's made up by some dudes, right? Julius, August, Janus, all these guys, they put their names there, and the cycles of the moon are 28 days and 28 point something days, and somehow some days some months we have 30, 31, some 29. There should be 13 months in a year. Nothing is synchronized, and it's because there's people out there, sad to hear this, right? But they have knowledge, right? And they have tweaked the knowledge that you guys know about 432 hertz, right? And they try to tune all the instruments, so they mess up with our minds because they want power, and they want to rule over us, right? Instead of helping each other and try to make a better life for each other. Look, now you hear that? Sirens. That's sad. That's something that we should not be experiencing in this planet. Anyways, guys, Johnny here for Chronic Health. Preventive health, right? Breathwork, shut your mouth. Use the back of your throat. Open up, right? Functional exercises. Be fully rested. Nutrition, the best that you can, right? And look in the description for purine products, because we can't rely on the food supply, because they're selling us garbage. You go to the supermarket, nothing is really worth in the supermarket unless you grow your food. And another thing I was noticing is that all these people that are growing vegetable vertical, they're okay. They're on the right path. We want the soil. Things have to grow from the ground up, right? Things have to be on the ground, right? You can't grow your plant on a pot. It's better not to grow anything, but we want the soil. We want organic material to go back into the soil, right? So we can get things out of the soil. At the end of the day, we are just soil. That's what we are. Save the soil, all right? Have an amazing day, guys, and I'll talk to you next time.